Within and beyond the borders of the Republic of Namibia. A very warm welcome to your Friday morning edition of the Offices, Ministries and Agencies Information Sharing Session. As always, we are coming to you live and direct from the Government Information Center studio here in the heart of the nation's capital. For this session, I will be your host and I am Hileni Philippus Hamunyela. Now, alongside my studio guest, we will be keeping you company for the next 30 minutes or so. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for this morning's session, we are talking the Corporate Law Reform Bill, and I am joined in the studio by Mr. Rafa Likando. He is the Executive Business Registration Services at BIPA, and he's here to expound more on the topic. But ladies and gentlemen, as is the norm, I'd like to pause here and extend a warm invitation to you, Namibia, to be part of this conversation by following the discussion on our social media platforms, where we are currently streaming this show live. Now on Facebook, we are at Ministry of Information and Communications Technology, or alternatively, you can also stream us live on our YouTube channel, and our handle there is MICT Namibia. I urge you to be part of this conversation. Now, getting on with the business of the day, Mr. Likando. Good morning once again, and welcome to the Government Information Center studio, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, Eleni, and greetings to all our viewers, and thank you for having me.
All right. All right. Now, for the benefit of our viewers and listeners, Mr. Likando, I'd like to find out from you, when we refer to Corporate Law Reform Bill, what exactly are we talking about?
Thank you again, Eleni. Mm-hmm. We are here as the Business and Intellectual Property Authority to inform the Namibian nation at large that BIPA, or the Business and Intellectual Property Authority, will be undertaking regional stakeholder engagement consultations across the country aimed at engaging our business communities and the Namibian nations on the corporate law reform that is currently underway. We will be presenting to the community, the business community, the bill that has been drafted to reform our business legislation. So we will be providing information in terms of what is expected of our stakeholders in terms of their contribution to this piece of legislation.
Thank you, Mr. Likando, for setting the tone for this very important conversation. And now that we have an understanding of what the Corporate Law Reform Bill entails, can you briefly share the significance of this bill and what led to the establishment of this very important bill?
Thank you. The Corporate Law Reform Bill is an initiative that was started by the Ministry of Industrialization and Trade, as it then was, now Ministry of Industries, Mines and Energy. The ministry then took a decision to undertake a policy review of business legislation. And BIPA, as the responsible public enterprise for business registration services, was then mandated to undertake this policy review. What the review then aims to achieve is primarily to replace the existing Companies Act as well as the Close Corporations Act. And coming back to the question as to what necessitated this, our viewers, I believe we are all aware that our laws, in terms of business laws, number one, are currently administered under two different legislations, the Companies Act and the Close Corporations Act. And number two, as an example, the Close Corporations Act is of 1988, almost 37 years ago. And clearly, the way we think about business today is totally different from how it was 37 years ago. So the reform then seeks to repeal those two pieces of legislation and create a law that is called corporate law that will then ensure that all business activities or legislations are administered under one law. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Likando. Now, be that as it may, how does this specific bill align with Namibia's broader economic and governance priorities?
Okay, thank you. As we indicated, one of the key objectives of this reform is to promote the ease of doing business. And when we started with policy review on the project, that was in 2023, we had a one-week session with all stakeholders at Avani Hotel, where we really looked at different policies that this law will support, the NDPs, the Harambee, and all other policies, including Vision 2030, including work that is done by law enforcement agencies. As you know, that Namibia is a member to many other statutory bodies, subscribed to many other statutory bodies across the world. And therefore, there's a need to ensure that the law that we develop actually supports even the work that is done by law enforcement agencies in certain activities, such as the compliance to beneficial ownership and so on. So we undertook a policy review that ran for a week with representatives from all institutions. And following that, we then started developing the law to ensure that it fully aligns to government's agenda and then supports the ease of doing business in the country.
All right. Now, having said that, Mr. Likando, I'm of an opinion that collaboration is quite important. It's an important part of this bill or the drafting of this bill. Who were some of the key stakeholders that actually were involved in shaping this important bill?
Thank you. The stakeholders, number one, is the entire nation. Because the business law not only affect BIPA or its clients, it affects the way we do business in the country, business conduct. But to single them out, policymakers, business owners, institutions of higher learning, and I'll speak, I think, to that later, are all our key stakeholders. So what we have done in terms of ensuring that they do participate in the drafting phase and contribute to the policy review, we established a legislative review committee that then comprises of representatives from different business sectors in the country who are then looking at the law and then provide their comments to BIPA, and in the same vein representing the views and interests of their communities. We had, apart from the roundtable discussion that I referred to in 2023, after we have done the policy review, we went to all the regions in the country, engaging the business communities. And these were very successful engagements because in some of them we had the political leadership up to members of parliament attending and participating, both as business owners and as lawmakers. And we were asking them a very simple question. This is what we are doing. What is it that you would like to see in the new law? what are the challenges that we're experiencing. And following that, we made sure that we consulted countrywide, and then we developed and compiled the draft bill, which we are now ready to take back again to the business community, to all the regions, and then engage them now, having considered their feedback that were given to BIPA during the first consultations. So we have made sure that stakeholder engagement and consultation is a key driver, because we intend to have a law that reflects the will and the aspirations of the Namibian people and the business community at large.
Absolutely, Mr. Likando. Thank you so much for highlighting that. Now shifting gears to the purpose and objectives of this specific bill. Briefly talk to us about the main objectives of this corporate law reform bill, and how this bill then seeks to modernize or improve the existing company law framework in Namibia.
Thank you. The bill seeks, number one, to consolidate the two existing laws, the Companies Act and the Close Corporations Act, into one, and then create a legal instrument called, a legislation called corporate law. So I think that is the key one, so that all business conduct and activities are regulated under one piece of legislation. It then, as I indicated, that the CC is almost 37 years old. The bill then seeks to modernize the corporate legal framework.
Okay, sorry to interject, Mr. Likando. So what we are saying is that going forward, once this bill has been, concluded, we will have both the CC and the companies under one act.
That's correct.
Okay.
So what will happen is the bill seeks to repeal or replace the Companies Act and the CC Act with a new act called the corporate law.
Right.
Yes. So all business activities would then be administered under one legislation.
Thank you for highlighting.
And then it will also, as a result, and we take cognizance of the fact that out of the entities, businesses that are registered with BIPA, about 87% of them are closed corporations, or commonly referred to as CCs.
Right.
So the new law then introduces a closely held company that will be a vehicle, a business vehicle for small businesses and those that do not want to go through with the companies, the bigger companies like your PTYs and so on.
Right.
Yeah, and then what we also seek to achieve is really to align with international standards, and then also to promote transparency and accountability, as well as investor protection.
Okay. Now, Mr. Likando, for somebody that is probably sitting at home or somewhere watching this program or listening on radio, and they are an owner of a CC, I know that there is cost implication between different, right, between the CC and the PTY-LT. The PTY are actually more pricier than CC. Is this going to make now CC, is it going to escalate the price of a CC to that of the PTY, or is it going to lower that, the price for the PTY?
Thank you, Eleni. The intention is really not to, the intention is to make it easy for businesses,
right.
Particularly business formation and business conduct.
Okay.
So a new entity will then be created under the new act.
Yes.
A new entity or a new business will then be created that closely resemble the close corporations.
Right.
And as you clearly asked, the intention is to continue even under the new act to ensure that the law then supports government goals,
right,
to ensure the ease of doing businesses, and even the formation of businesses for small and medium enterprises. So they will be taken care of.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Now, Mr. Likando, BIPA has extended numerous invitations to the public for input on the draft bill. In your view, why is stakeholder participation such a key, important part of this reform process?
Stakeholder participation remains key, as we indicated earlier, that the intention is really, while we are aligning the bill to international and regional standards,
Right.
it is also important to inform the nation that we would like to see a bill or a law when it is enacted that really reflects the aspirations of the Namibian business community.
Right.
And just to maybe highlight one or two things is that this law will have an impact,
Okay.
not only in terms of how we do business.
Right.
It will have an impact in institutions of higher learning. In terms of the curricula that we teach, it will have to be aligned. So it will have an impact on the economy in terms of providing investor confidence. It will have an impact even in our courts in terms of case law, how cases that involve commercial cases will be decided going forward. So it's so significant, and that is why we have established these committees that represent all the sectors in the country. This is why we have made sure that once the draft is in place, we go back to the regions, to all the regions, and then discuss the draft bill with all the business communities and stakeholders, so that it's reflective in the end of the desires and contributions of the Namibian people.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Likando, for that. Now, for interested parties, or let's say ordinary Namibians who are interested to submit their comments or drafts of, feedback, where do they go to submit such?
We have a draft in place, and the draft has been circulated to key stakeholders for their inputs. We have additionally also shared the draft and uploaded it on BIPA's website. So we encourage stakeholders to access our website. And those who have comments on the bill are welcome to submit their comments via email to Corporate Laws Bill comments at bipa.na. I will repeat, Corporate Laws Bill comments at bipa.na. Or they can also participate in regional consultation sessions. Okay. And the reason why we have requested that comments be submitted via emails is to ensure that we account for those comments.
Right.
And we are able to go back and consider them and then reflect on them as we finalize drafting the bill.
Okay.
Thank you.
And of course, the regional dialogues or this engagements, you will communicate in due course when they will be taking place, right?
That is correct.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Likando, for clarifying there. Now, Namibia, if you are just tuning in, you are tuned into an information sharing session under the flagship of offices, ministries, and agencies. And of course, you are live. We are live from the Government Information Center studio here in the nation's capital. Now, you too can be part of this conversation by following our discussion on our social media platforms, where we are currently streaming this show live. And on Facebook, we are at Ministry of Information and Communications Technology, or alternatively, you can stream us live on our YouTube channel, and our handle there is MICT Namibia. I implore you to be part of this conversation. Now back to our discussion in the studio, Mr. Likando. Of course, I want us to shift gears to now what are some of the significant changes or new provision introduced in the bill? And also, whilst there, how will these reforms affect the existing companies, especially the small and medium enterprises?
Thank you. So first of all, The bill seeks to reduce administrative burdens that come with either the formation or maintenance of a business and create a more enabling business environment for all our entrepreneurs. Now, the first, I think, significant change, as we indicated earlier, is the repeal of the Companies and CC Act.
Right.
And of course, as we said, the Act will create a new business vehicle that is also user-friendly for smaller businesses.
Right.
I will just highlight a few significant changes.
Of course.
We have been talking about investor confidence, for example. How does the bill then cater for that? It provides for the establishment of institutions such as Companies Tribunal, the codification of directors' duties, and it sets out the directors' liability standards. It also introduces business rescue, which is a formal process through which a financially distressed company can be restructured and rehabilitated instead of being immediately liquidated, as has been the case in most instances.
Yes.
So it actually brings a lot of, the bill brings a lot of relief to businesses, especially in terms of business conduct. And when investors look at investing in a country, they look at how friendly are your laws. How easy is it if I have established a company in Namibia or a business, how easy is it for this business to resolve its disputes with either its directors and so on that arise from its business activities?
Right.
So we have taken those into account and have ensured that the new law then provides relief and support to the business community.
All right. Now, Mr. Likando, of course, you've indicated the importance or the relief that this draft bill will provide to smaller and medium enterprises. Now, let's just quickly then shift our focus to the impact. What impact do you foresee that this bill will have on corporate transparency, governance, and accountability?
Thank you. As I indicated earlier, it will reduce the administrative burdens that businesses currently experience.
Yes.
The bill promotes the ease of doing business and formation of business, including, for example, automation, so that the processes to register a business become seamless and easy, simpler, and faster.
Right, swift movement.
Exactly.
Right.
So it provides relief, actually.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now, of course, we are not operating in silos, right? Now we would like to find out, leveraging beyond the borders of the Republic of Namibia, regionally and globally, how does this proposed bill compare with other company laws in other SADC countries, but also internationally?
Thank you. The bill has been aligned as closely as possible to regional and international standards, but not only aligning, but ensuring compatibility with other SADC countries. We also want to assure the country that time has been invested to conduct research in developing this bill. We are also supported by a team of expertise to ensure that our law is aligned internationally and regionally. Apart from expertise in the country, we have experts that are working with us at regional level. We also have international experts from the UK.
Right.
We have international experts both in law and businesses from the United States, just to ensure that our law, or the law that we will present to the Namibian people, aligns globally, regionally, and domestically.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Likando, as Namibians, we pride ourselves as in creating or positioning Namibia as a preferred investment destination. Will this reform then enhance Namibia's competitiveness in attracting foreign investment, but also locally?
Thank you. That is correct. What investors look at when they would like to open shops or business in the country,
Right.
they first look at your laws. Number one, how easy is it for one to register a business? Are the laws regulating business conduct friendly?
Right.
One can look at some reports like that are international reports that actually guide investors.
Right.
And business registration also features there. So as a result of this law that is investor friendly, we believe that investors will be encouraged to invest in Namibia, but not only encouraged because the law also protects investors, whether these are local investors or foreign investors.
Right.
Thank you.
And I am quite certain that the NIPDB is very big on that one. So most likely they are one of your biggest stakeholders in collaboration to this drafting of this bill. Thank you, Mr. Likando. Now, as we near the end of our conversation this morning, I wanted to find out from you, but I'm sure that I'm speaking on behalf of many Namibians that are now watching this program. Once the public consultation closes for this bill reform, what are the next steps in a legislative process?
Thank you. The bill or the drafting of the bill follows a defined process. So after having drafted the bill, as indicated, we will commence with stakeholder engagement sessions, and these consultations will commence on the 10th of November in Otjozondjupa. The dates and times and venues will be communicated on our social media and other platforms. But we'll be starting with Otjozondjupa, going to Irongo on the first leg, and then from there we'll proceed to the north, Oshakati, Rundu, Katima, and then Hobabis, Keetmanshoop, and Marianta.
Right.
Now, in terms of the process, once this process is concluded, and we have received all inputs through the consultation sessions, as well as through the email address that we shared,
Right.
BIPA will then consider and consolidate these comments and include them in the bill where necessary. And then once the consolidation is done or concluded, we will then submit the bill. The bill will follow. Once the consultation sessions are done, we will then submit the bill to Parliament following the defined drafting process.
All right. Now, Mr. Likando, for many Namibians and interest groups as well as your stakeholders alike, that are eagerly waiting, right? When can we expect this bill to be tabled in Parliament?
Thank you. We do not have a defined date as yet. However, we do have a project plan, roadmap that then guides us in terms of the process that we follow. Now, in terms of that plan, if there are no delays, perhaps in reviewing stakeholder comments and so on, we intend to have the bill presented to Parliament during 2026.
All right.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Likando, speaking of which, now once the bill is finally approved, right, how will BIPA then be supporting businesses in understanding and complying with the new provisions?
Thank you. BIPA will continue to provide, number one, support, awareness, because, for example, once this bill becomes law, there will be a lot of activities both on BIPA's side to now move from the previous law to then adjust to the new law. So that will not only impact BIPA, but BIPA is cognizant of the fact that a lot of other institutions, including clients, will be affected.
Right.
For example, if the name of a business, the business name has changed from a closed corporation to a closed company or closely held company, it will impact not only BIPA and the client, it will impact the client's documents with NAMRA, with Social Security, and so on. So BIPA has put in place measures to ensure that once the bill becomes law, we will be able to support our clients through this transition, both from a systems point of view on BIPA's side and from a client management perspective, to ensure that they are aware of the changes and that these changes are communicated timelessly to our clients. And also those that have challenges in transitioning are able to access BIPA services and offices to get the support. There will be a lot of awareness campaigns being conducted and engagements on the changes.
All right.
Thank you.
Mr. Likando, I just want to establish your footprint in the country. And in what regions does BIPA have offices in thus far?
We currently have an office in Windhoek and one in Walvish Bay, which then supports the Irongo region.
Right.
We recently, about a year ago, opened an office in Ngwediva,
Ngwediva,
which then supports the northern side regions, including Opuo.
Okay.
And plans are underway that very soon we will launch an office in Rundu to support both Kavango East, West, and Zambezi, and also in Keetmanshoop, to ensure that our footprints are present all over the country.
Okay, but be that as it may.
Just to add on, in areas where we are currently not represented, we are a public enterprise, and we have the support of the Ministry of Industrialization, of Industries, Mines and Energy. And so our clients are encouraged to visit that office, the ministry's office, submit their applications, and they can also lodge any type of inquiry that they might have. We are in constant contact with our colleagues in the ministry to ensure that they are kept up to date with the developments.
Right.
Thank you.
And of course, your services are also available online, right?
Part of our services, most of our services are still manually driven.
Administered,
Yes, but as we said, that our intentions, we are in the process actually to have these services automated, so that the clients can actually access BIPA services from the comfort of their homes.
Convenience.
Yes.
Right. Thank you, Mr. Likando. Convenience is indeed key. Now, lastly, Mr. Likando, what is your message, or what message would you like to send or share to the broader Namibian nation regarding the role of their role in shaping this very important legislative piece?
Thank you. As I indicated earlier, we call upon all Namibians, particularly those in the business sector, to actively participate in shaping this critical legislation. As we indicated earlier, that this law will influence academic curriculum for institutions of higher learning, including universities and professional training bodies. It will shape the development of case law through new legal interpretation in our courts. It will enhance investor confidence and strengthen the legal and regulatory framework of our country. Therefore, we urge all Namibians to participate in this undertaking, in this exercise, and to provide comments on what it is that they would like to see in the law, and do so by sending their comments through the email address that we provided, as well as attending the regional consultations that will be held starting the 10th of November. Anyway.
Thank you so much. Thank you once again, Mr. Likando, for availing yourself to speak to us on the Corporate Law Reform Bill. Indeed, we've learned so much from this conversation, and I'll just, at this point, I just want to implore Namibians, or everybody who could be interested in this, to please share their comments and their contribution. You've shared the email earlier on. It's Corporate Law Bills comments
Correct.
at bipa.com.na.
That's correct. Corporate law bills, comments.
Okay.
At
Corporate law
BIPA,
bills comments
at bipa.na.
.na. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Likando. We appreciate you availing yourself to educate us on this very important piece of legislation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namibia, that concludes our second edition of the information sharing session under the flagship of Offices, Ministries and Agency, live from the Government Information Center studio. I have been your host. My name is Hileni Feleposa Munyala. From all of us, stay tuned. We have another session coming up.